What it do is good, YouTube? OD back with another 2K banger, man. And I came across this tweet from Mr. Ben Wallace yesterday. And Ben Wallace apparently believes that if the Pistons drafted Melo, they would never have won a title. He would have had the potential to disrupt the team chemistry by drafting Darko Milicic. He was a guy that come in and said, I can't play on this team. I'm not ready to play. If we would have drafted Melo, Tayshaun Prince would never have blossomed and been the type of player he became. So without further ado, let's get into it. If you like these style of videos, man, drop a like, drop a sub, comment down below. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And that's our main goal, so drop that sub. All right, so let's hop into the NBA draft here. Obviously, the Cavs going to be selecting LeBron James with the #1 pick. The Detroit Pistons here are going to be drafting Carmelo Anthony. There you go. The Pistons drafted Melo. So let's see who the Nuggets end up taking at 3. Nuggets end up going D-Wade. So that's a great pick. He's wearing number 24. The Raptors going to be taking Chris Bosh like they did in real life. Who are my Miami Heat going to get? They're going to get Chris Kaman. I mean, I'll take it. It's better than Darko, I guess. Zaza goes number 6. Number 7 looks like it's going to be traded for Theo Ratliff, or the Atlanta Hawks end up drafting Kyle Korver. And the 10th pick in the draft will be TJ Ford. All right, let's get up out of here. So LeBron's obviously going to be the best player in the draft class, 84 overall, but Melo's there at an 82 overall at the age of 19. And Darko ended up falling all the way to 16 to the Orlando Magic. Can we just sit back and think for a second? Now, the Pistons drafted Darko over Melo, over D-Wade, and over Chris Bosh. That is crazy, crazy work. And I just wanted to point out also that everything is on automated for the Detroit Pistons, so I'm not going to be making any trades, free agency draft. That's all handled by the CPU. We're going to see how this career unfolds with Carmelo Anthony and the Detroit Pistons. I don't know how many years we're going to go in the simulation. We'll play it by year, I guess. All right, first move the Pistons are going to be making in free agency is bringing Cliff Robinson, 80 overall, 6'10 power forward. All right, so this is the roster for this Pistons team. You got obviously the main piece being Big Ben Wallace, their highest overall, 29 years old, 88 overall. Richard Hamilton, Rip Hamilton, one of my favorite players in NBA history. You got Chauncey Billups, who obviously went on to win Finals MVP. 30-year-old Rasheed Wallace, still a stud. Carmelo Anthony coming in here to 82. You still got Tayshaun Prince, though. The man Ben Wallace was talking about when it turned into the superstar he was if Melo was there. They signed Cliff Robinson. They got Corus Williamson, Chucky Atkins, Eldon Campbell, and funny enough, Darvin Ham was on this roster too. Now, obviously, the roster from the bench on is not 100% perfect, but we got the main like 10 guys, to be honest with you. So, all right, so the rotation is going to be Billups. It's going to be Rip, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace. They're going to have Melo coming off the bench, which I think is what would happen if he did get drafted there. And then Cliff Robinson, Corus Williamson, and Chucky Atkins is their rotation. We'll actually run a 10-man for them, and then their 10th man is going to be Eldon Campbell. Well, they got Melo's shot tendency at, it's at a 98. That's a little absurd as a rookie. I think an 85 and an 85 touch tendency is very, very good enough. 90 and 99 is crazy. System pro for this team, they run at 4.5 stars, a balanced system under Rick Carlisle. Was Rick Carlisle the coach of them? I don't even know that. Without further ado, let's sim up Melo's first season. The first game of the season is a win. Tayshaun Prince, you see putting in work, but Melo's first game, 18 points, 5 and 3 for Carmelo Anthony in his rookie season. I think this team's going to be really, really good. Again, remember in real life, the Pistons won the NBA Finals in this season we're simulating right now. And it seems like they're kind of on that pace as they're still yet to lose a game yet. They get their first loss to the Chicago Bulls by 2 points. Rip Hamilton actually went on to play for the Chicago Bulls. Man, I love Rip Hamilton back in the day, man. He was honestly one of my favorite players. Melo off rip already averaging 18, 5 and 4 for Carmelo Anthony. So he's already putting in a lot of work in his rookie season, man. Billups averaging 18 and 8. He's that great point guard option for you. Rasheed Wallace is a stud. You even got Big Ben Wallace, who doesn't shoot the ball ever, but he's like a Dennis Rodman type. And this Pistons team is sitting at the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. You can see the Heat here, the 2 seed. All right, so the All-Star game is here. I didn't want to see just who made it for the East. Nobody on our team, but you do see here LeBron James makes it in his rookie year. LeBron averaging 22, 5 and 7 for LeBron James in his rookie year. I mean, he's a stud, man. What can I say? All right, the season is a wrap, and Big Shaq wins MVP, man. 33-15 for Shaq is crazy, man. LeBron James does win rookie of the year, obviously. You have Andre Miller, 6-man. Karolinko, AK-47 wins Depoy. Joe Johnson wins most improved. And the Pistons won coach of the year, 56 and 26. Now, in real life, they went 54 and 28 with their real team in real life. So 2 games better with Carmelo Anthony. All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team here, All-NBA third team. We didn't have anybody. All-defensive first team and all-defensive second team. Actually, D-Wade makes it there. And obviously, the all-rookie teams, you're going to see Melo making it. He averaged 19, 5 and 3.5. He shot 51 at 24, 77 splits. So good rookie season for Melo. Standings, we are the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, 3 games up on the Miami Heat, and the second best overall team in the NBA. Stats on the year, you see Rip Hamilton led this Pistons team, 24 and 3 for Rip Hamilton, shot 50-40, damn near 90. And then Melo was their second leading scorer. So Melo's second leading scorer on the Pistons team is pretty dope. There was Chauncey there, or Rasheed Wallace. Tayshaun only averaged 10 points. What's Tayshaun's shot tendency in this game? I feel like it's really low. I also had, yeah, it's 64. I also had to import a Tayshaun Prince because there wasn't a Tayshaun Prince in the game, in the real game. So I had to import Tayshaun Prince. I also had to import Rasheed Wallace. Pistons had a top 3 offense in the NBA. Their defense was in fact the best in the league, as it should be, and they had the best point differential at 9.5. All right, so let's get into the playoffs and see if they can win the championship like they did in real life. They got Cleveland in round number 1, so Melo facing up against LeBron James primetime matchup, and they got Melo in the starting lineup now for the playoffs. They got Tayshaun Prince coming off the bench. All right, game number 1 against the Cavs is going to be a loss. The Cavs go out sad. Rip Hamilton drops 30. It's not enough. LeBron didn't even have a good game, and they still lost. Game number 2 is going to go to the Detroit Pistons. There's a big game from Chauncey. Pistons get game 3. Pistons get game 4, and they should get out of here in 5, and they do, led by Rip Hamilton, who averaged 28 in that first round. So Melo takes care of LeBron in his first year. LeBron didn't have a great playoffs. All right, round 2, they got the Bulls. Jay Williams, Q Rich, Jalen Rose, and Tyson Chandler. Game 1 does go to the Pistons. Melo drops 35, 5, and 7 in game number 1 of the second round. Maybe he's coming into his own. They do lose game number 2. Game 3 goes to the Pistons. Game 4 goes to the Chicago Bulls. Big time game 5 here does go to the Detroit Pistons. And if you are new to my videos, we do simcast game 6 and game 7s. So let's hop into the simcast and see if the Pistons can get by the Bulls in 6 games. And they absolutely blowing their ass out in game number 6. They're going to be advancing to the conference finals just like that. Billups drops 35 in a closeout game. There's Tayshaun Prince with 27. Conference finals against the New Jersey Nets, who have Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, probably the best team by far this team has played. Game number 1 does go to the Pistons nonetheless. Pistons might just walk to the NBA Finals here. They're down 2-1, never mind. Are they going to go down 3-1? No, they tied at 2. Okay. Again, another huge game 5 here. It does go to the Detroit Pistons. Trying to get out in 6 games like they just did last series. This time against the New Jersey Nets, though, who ain't playing around, man. Jason Kidd's a bucket. We do have a close game, 6-point game here. They go down by double digits, not enough to hop into it. They lose by 11, and we got a game 7, man. 6-seeded Denver in the NBA Finals. They won 45 games. They got D-Wade. D-Wade might get a ring in his rookie year. And my cat loves interrupting my videos, so let's say hi while he's here. Just chilling, you know what I mean? All right, Pistons in game 7, what they got for us, man? We got a close game we can hop into. Pistons gonna get it done, man. They end up winning by more than 20 points, and they're in the NBA Finals, just like real life, man. 2K, pretty accurate. All right, game 1 goes to the Detroit Pistons. Rip drops 30, Billups damn near a triple-double. Melo with 27. Game number 2, the Pistons get it done. The Pistons get it done in 3. The Pistons are going to be winning the NBA Finals in 5 games. So we have already proven Ben Wallace wrong as the Detroit Pistons get it done, and look who wins Finals MVP. It's not Chauncey. It's not Ben. It's not Sheet. It's not Rip. It's the rookie. Carmelo Anthony comes in here. He comes in here and he wins Finals MVP. Ben Wallace, according to 2K, could not have been more wrong as the Pistons get it done and Melo ends up winning the Finals MVP. I mean, that is just, you couldn't ask for a picture perfect start to the video, man. Well, if I wanted to, I could end the video right here because we already proved Ben Wallace's point wrong, but why the hell would I do that? Michael Jordan retires along with these other guys, man. All right, so there's an expansion draft here. The Pistons end up, they don't protect that boy, Darvin Ham. They could care less about him, unfortunately. Luol Deng is the first pick in the NBA draft. Dwight Howard goes to the Warriors. Wow, the Pistons end up drafting Josh Smith at pick 11. I don't know how they had pick 11 after winning the NBA Finals, but they did, and they got Josh Smith, so that's a great pick. They got to re-sign Rasheed Wallace, who is an unrestricted free agent. We'll see if they end up doing that. All right, they're going to be paying Rasheed Wallace 5 years, $62 million for Sheed to bring him back on the team. Play progression in year number 2 shows Carmelo Anthony going up 5 overalls. Billups goes up 1 to 86. So Melo is officially the Pistons' best player. I had to mess with these guys' overalls a little bit, so don't pay attention to the plus 15 and plus 11 thing. That's just what their overalls are. They got this Alonzo Russell guy goes up 4 as well, so their team looks pretty good. But is it as good as last year's team? I'm not too sure. We're going to find out. This is what the lineup looks like. Billups, Hamilton, Melo, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Tayshaun, Russell, Atkins, and Josh Smith. They're still 4.5 stars balanced, and I expect this team to be pretty good again. Melo is an 87 overall, like we said, so he should be only getting better. We'll see if they can go back-to-back championships in this year number 2 season. And instead of the Pistons only getting 1 championship in this era, maybe they can become a dynasty with Carmelo. All right, Melo ends up being on the All-Star team in this year number 2 season, averaging 22, 5, and 4, so that lands him an All-Star appearance. Kobe ends up winning MVP. So Shaq won it last year. Kobe wins this year, 35 and 8 for Kobe. Dwight wins Rookie of the Year on the Warriors. Boris Diaw, Karolinko, Fred Jones, and the Pistons won Coach of the Year. Again, they won 59 games. All-NBA first team. Second team, LeBron still makes it. Third team, do we have Carmelo Anthony? No, we do not. You do see Dwayne Wade making it though. So D Wade having a good year. Number 2, he averaged 9 assists for D Wade. Holy shit, that's really good. Pistons obviously the 1 seed again, 59 and 23. Best team overall in the whole entire NBA. Denver's the 1 seed in the West. Miami Heat still the 2 seed. Melo led this team 22, 6 and 4 for Carmelo Anthony. You also got Rip Hamilton at that too. 20 points for Rip Hamilton. Billups still there, averaging 19 and 8. Sheed still putting in work, and so is Tayshaun Prince. Ben Wallace still ain't scoring more than 5 points, but he's putting in work on the glass. They had a top 4 offense in the NBA. Defense was number 1. They allowed less than 100 points a game, which is crazy, and they're the best point differential, 12. They should go back-to-back here. They got the Pacers in round 1. Not really too worried about that Pacers team. They're going to be sweeping them. Cleveland in round 2, a rematch against LeBron. Yeah, LeBron still ain't got no help, man. It's just Big Z and it's Corey Maggette. That's it. So Braun trying to put the team on his back, though, like Greg Jennings. Shout out that clip of Madden. If y'all hip to that, y'all hip to that. If y'all not, then get hit. 1-1 series here. Detroit goes up 2-1, 3-1, and yeah, Melo has owned LeBron in these first 2 years, man. LeBron trying to do all he can, but this team is just too much. Miami in the conference finals. They have Chris Kaman, Elton Brand, Caron Butler, Eddie Jones, Barbosa. That's a solid squad there. Miami could put up a fight here. 1-1 series, 2-1 Miami, 3-1 Miami Heat. So the Pistons on the brink of elimination. Let's see if they get eliminated in 5. Will they force a game 6? They do force a game 6. All right, Pistons got to win 2 games in a row. Can they make the 3-1 comeback against the Miami Heat? It's possible, but is it probable? That's the question of the day. I don't think so. Miami does look like they're going to be taking care of business in 6 games unless the Pistons have a big 4th quarter comeback. They kind of do. Actually, they really do. 5-point game with 38 seconds left. Not enough to jump into it. The Pistons are going to be getting eliminated in year number 2. The Miami Heat make the NBA Finals, led by Elton Brand. Billups had a good one. Rip had a good one. Melo kind of quiet in that conference finals run. Detroit Pistons go out sad in the conference finals. The Miami Heat end up winning the NBA Finals, and Elton Brand wins Finals MVP. So forget D Wade on the Miami Heat winning the championship. It's Elton Brand. The Pistons did their best to repeat, but again, you know how hard it is to repeat in the NBA, man. Very hard. Atlanta was the first pick in the draft. First pick in the draft is Chris Paul going to the Hawks. Magic end up trading the 2nd overall pick for the 3rd overall pick. They draft Marvin Williams, Danny Granger. Deron Williams goes 4. Pistons ended up drafting this Dino guy at pick 30. Shaq goes back to the Lakers. Nothing new here. All right, player progression again. Melo's up to a 92 overall. He goes with 5 overalls again. So Melo really taking that leap going into year number 3. Sheed actually goes up 1 at 31, which is weird. Ben Wallace does regress, but this team's like all in their prime. So if they want to win, it's like this year. Melo taking that big time jump. I think they have another window. They also brought in Mo Williams. They brought in Dwayne Harvey, and Josh Smith goes up 2 again. I feel like their window is closing though. They have this roster in their prime right now. Only a matter of time before Sheed and Ben Wallace are going to regress, and Melo's at 92. So this is their chance here. This is what the rotation looks like, led by Melo. Really good starting 5, really good 6-man, and a solid bench. Still 4.5 stars at defense. Is there anything better for them? I'm not going to change it obviously, but yeah, no, not really. Melo drops 53 in the 2nd game of the season. Okay, Melo. Yeah, Melo is this could be possibly an MVP year for Carmelo Anthony, averaging 36 and 6 to start this season. I mean, if Melo's averaging 6 assists, you know the NBA's in trouble. They could win 60 plus games. 100%. They start the season 17 and 4, which is 100% going to put them as the 1 seed. KG wins MVP in year 3. Chris Paul Rookie of the Year. And yeah, this Pistons team got even better. 66 and 16 for the Pistons. 3 years in a row they won Coach of the Year. Do we see Melo on an All-NBA team? We still do not have Melo on an All-NBA team though. I mean, that being said, they have the best chance to a championship. The 1 seed, the only team that really looks like they can give them a problem is this Minnesota team with KG. Stats on the year: Melo averaged 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Shooting the ball 52, 38, 73 splits. So another upgraded year for Carmelo Anthony. How many badges he got now? He got 19 badges. There was Rip Hamilton there, 22 points, 50, 40, 87 splits. He's been great for them. There's Billups again, averaging 20 and 8. Rasheed Wallace, 17 and 8. Tayshaun Prince, 13 points. Best offense again in the NBA. Best defense again in the NBA, with the best point differential by far. Easy round 1 against the Wizards is probably going to be a sweep. They win in 5. Again, playing Cleveland in the semifinals, where Melo has to face up against LeBron again. LeBron still has no help on that team. Game 1, yeah, I don't see the Cavs team being able to beat the Pistons. They're down 3-0, and they get swept. So LeBron goes out sad once again. Toronto Raptors, the 6th-seeded Raptors in the Eastern Conference, they won 49 games. They have Tyronn Lue, Vince Carter, Michael Redd, Chris Bosh. That's a nice little top 3 right there. Let's see if they can do anything here. Unfortunately, just not going to be enough. This Pistons team is too good, and they're going to be winning in 5 games. No, never mind. They could make a 3-1 comeback. You never know. You never know what could happen, especially in the game of NBA 2K, where Ronald 2K is, you know, we all know about Ronnie, man. We do have a really close game. We might be able to hop into this one. Is it close enough to hop into it, though? No, it is not. 12-point game with a minute left. That's a wrap. And the Pistons advance to the NBA Finals again, led by Carmelo Anthony 50 ball in a game 6. All right, well, they knew they would have to play the Minnesota team, 61-win Minnesota team. They got Troy Hudson, AJ Madison, Wally Zerbiak, KG, Rasho Nestrovic guy. And I kind of want to simcast it. Let's simcast game 1. I mean, there's got to be one game in this series we could hop into, right? Pistons do take game 1 by a lot. Melo drops 29, Rasheed with 26 and 12. All right, game 2 looks like it's going to Detroit again. I mean, and these games are not close. Like, they blowing them out. Rasheed Wallace drops 33 and 14. Rasheed Wallace wants a Finals MVP in this year number 4 season, or 3 season. I mean, he seen Melo get one. He said, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna need one of them myself. We had a closer game in game 3, but it's not enough to hop into it again. Minnesota takes care of this one. KG with a big game. Game 4, can Minnesota tie to 2s, or will the Pistons take a 3-1 lead? Minnesota putting in work. They win 2 games back to back, and now the Pistons low-key on the ropes here. So this is a massive game 5. Yo, Pistons about to win 3. The Pistons about to lose 3 games in a row, man. Never mind. They do come back in that 4th quarter, and another blowout. We haven't had one close game this series. Game 6, can we get a close game to jump into it? I think Minnesota's trying to take this one again, unless the Pistons have something in them. Again, just not enough to hop into it. 12-point game with a minute left. I feel like it's always that. All right, game 7 in the NBA Finals here. Pistons versus Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota off to a hot start. Yeah, Pistons down early. Can they come back, though? They do bring it back, and they take the lead in the 3rd quarter. It's a 1-point game heading into the 4th quarter. Minnesota up 8 with 5 minutes left. 5-point game, 2-point game with 2 minutes. We got to jump in. All right, KG with the ball. Minute left in the game. 2 minutes left in the game. They actually don't even show the time. They have to show the time on the shot clock. They don't show the time on the scoreboard, which is very strange. KG gets fouled. KG only has 4 points in this game, so he's getting bagged. Billups with the ball here. Billups over to Carmelo. Carmelo for 3. He misses the 3. Carmelo Anthony smokes it. Wally over to Hudson, who looks like Ja Morant. Is that Ja Morant of the 2000s? It sure looks like him. KG matched up against Josh Smith. KG going to work in the mid-range over to the center. Oh my God, look at Ben Wallace, man. Ben Wallace just packed the f out of that shit. Melo with the midi is no good. Melo shot chucking, trying to scam him out the damn game, bruh. KG on Melo is not a good matchup. We gotta send help. You gotta send help. The Hudson dude with the ball. 9 seconds on the shot clock. KG against Melo. KG the spin. Good D by Melo. KG walling up is too easy for KG, man. The Pistons could be going outside. 59 seconds left. They're down by 6. I think the Pistons are going to lose this game. Melo, another look at a 3. Melo for 3. He misses again. Carmelo Anthony misses another good look at a 3, and that is going to be the game. It has to be, right? They're going to double team over to KG. Out of bounds. 40 seconds left on the clock. They got to get a quick 3. Here comes Melo. Open for the midi. He's going to elect to take it. He's going to hit the mid-range, but they got to foul now. Follow the center. Actually, not a bad idea. He misses the first. Okay. Is he going to miss both? He hits the second one. All right, 32 on the clock. Again, they need a quick 3. Chauncey coming up the court. Chauncey not going to take the 3. Here comes Melo again. Melo's going to take the same shot. He misses again. And that is going to be the game. The Detroit Pistons get eliminated in back-to-back NBA Finals, man. Melo dropped 30 on 30 shots. 0 for 7 from 3 for Melo. That's not great, man. All right, Minnesota wins. KG wins Finals MVP. The Pistons go outside in back-to-back seasons. Maybe we'll go 10 years in this reboot. I think 10 years would be a pretty good spot. They get a new head coach here. They're going to be signing. They tried to sign Carlisle. He declined him. They're going to get a 1-star across-the-board coach. That might be the worst coach in NBA history. Rondo goes to the Mavs with the first pick in the draft. Number 2 pick is going to be getting traded for Antoine Walker and Steven Jackson. Aldridge goes to the Celtics. Brandon Roy goes to the Pacers. What's Rondo's overall? He's a 76. Aldridge is an 80 coming in here to the league. The Pistons got to pay Ben Wallace, unrestricted free agent here. They signed Tony Delk. It does not look like they're going to be signing Ben Wallace. Are they really not going to bring him back? They did not bring back Ben Wallace. Wow, Ben Wallace signs with the Toronto Raptors, man. So they lose Big Ben. Oh no. And Gilbert goes to the Knicks. Hold on, Gilbert. Melo's up to a 95 overall. So you still got a team here that can compete with Carmelo Anthony being the best, one of the best players in the NBA to 95. Chauncey's still going up. Rasheed Wallace does drop. Prince going up by 1. Mo Williams going up 3. Eric Dampier is their best center on the roster to 77. So that's not really what you want to see. I told you they were running out of time, bro. Didn't think they weren't going to bring back Ben Wallace, but their window might have closed. I'm not going to lie. Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Carmelo, Rasheed Wallace, and Dampier. Tayshaun Prince, Mo Williams, Josh Smith, Dwayne Harvey is their 9-man rotation. They're 4 stars defense, so they lost their head coach shoots great, but you never know what can happen. Someone's gonna need to step up with the absence of Ben Wallace, and Yao Ming just dropped 54. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem because Yao would not drop 54 on Ben Wallace's head. I could promise you that. It does look like they're still gonna be a pretty competent roster as they do start the season with a good record again. They're 10-4. I mean, Melo's averaging 25, 7 and 6 to start the season. Phillips having a good season again, so they have enough firepower to get it done, but their defense definitely took a hit. LeBron wins his first MVP in year 4, 26, 9 and 7 for LBJ's, 97 overall, shooting 44% from 3, so he's hooping for sure. Bargnani wins Rookie of the Year. Raymond Felton, 6th man. Depoy Kirilenko, Most Improved Calderon. That's a dope-ass Most Improved Player award. I've never noticed that. Yeah, the Pistons still won 65 games, so without Ben Wallace, didn't even matter. Did Melo make an All-NBA teams yet? Melo is not making any All-NBA teams. Probably because he's not a great defender, but he's just getting hoed. I'm not gonna lie. He's had the most success out of any of the rookies, and he's having some really good statistical seasons. 24, 7 and 5 for Melo. He's still getting better, and he shot 47% from 3. If that ain't an All-NBA season, I'm not sure what is. Billups with a good season, 22, 6 and 8 for Billups. Rip Hamilton, Rasheed Wallace, Tayshaun Prince. So they were still really good. What did their defense take a big time hit? They had the best offense. They still had a top 2 defense, not the best in the league, but top 2, and a 13-point differential. So they're still best team in the league. Pacers in round 1 should be a breeze again. They're gonna get by them. And how many years have we seen Cleveland in round 2? LeBron still ain't got no help, but he is an MVP. So this should be the hardest time they have against the Cavs. Billups dropping 40. It might not matter though. They're going to go up 2-0. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for LeBron at this point. LeBron is seeing ghosts when he plays the Detroit Pistons, man. I mean, this is crazy. Chauncey Billups is having a phenomenal playoffs so far. Conference finals against the Toronto Raptors. Pretty sure they played them in the conference finals last year. Bosch. Oh, this is a Ben Wallace revenge series. Wow, that's a really good pickup for them. Bringing in Ben Wallace next to Chris Bosh. That's really, really nice. They could give this team some problems. Game number 1 does go to Melo in the Detroit Pistons. Game 2, game 3, never mind. It's going to be a quick work-ass series. They're going to win in 5. Oh, never mind. Never mind? Oh my God, they're about to blow a 3-0 lead. Chris Bosh and Vince Carter going crazy. You got a game 7, bro. Are the Pistons about to throw? If the Pistons blow a 3-0 lead, oh my God, that would be insane. And I think they're going to. Are they really going to throw? No, they're not. They're going to get it done. That's scary. The Pistons almost just had a generational choke. The 6th seed Rockets in the NBA Finals. Haven't seen this Rockets team. They only won 47 games. Steve Franchise, Mike Miller, James Posey, Yao Ming. Yao was giving this team fits earlier in the season. This could be a little spooky though. Game 1 does go to the Pistons. Good win right there. Game 2 also goes to the Pistons. Chauncey Billups wants his Finals MVP. They're going to go up 3-0, and who's going to win MVP? Chauncey or Melo? It's going to go to the Pistons, and Carmelo Anthony wins his 2nd Finals MVP of the video. 33, 8 and 5 for Melo. So I thought their window might have closed, losing Ben Wallace. Turns out it doesn't matter. 2nd ring in 4 years for this Detroit Pistons team, man. And you see Melo winning 2 Finals MVPs. What did Chauncey average in those finals, though? Because I feel like Chauncey had a shot at it. Never mind. He only averaged 20. Melo just absolutely put the team on his back. But good stuff from Rip, good stuff from Rasheed. Eric Dampier even played pretty well. Tayshaun Prince. I kind of like what this team's building as their core. Everyone's still in their proms. They're still competing for championships, man. So 2 rings for Melo already is dope. All right, number 1 overall pick is going to be KD going to the Philadelphia 76ers, which is wild. 2nd pick is going to be Greg Oden. See the 3rd pick, Al Horford. 4th pick, Rodney Stuckey. 5th pick looks like it's going to get traded for Chris Webber. And they're going to end up drafting Swaggy P. Pistons signed some auto-generated guy at 30. So the 2003 draft class is all restricted free agents, Melo, D-Wade, and LeBron. But this is a big free agency class too, like Yao, Kidd, Vince Carter. All right, so they're signing Melo 4 years, $60 million, so they get him locked in. Also signing this Kareem Rush guy. They're not matching the contract on Mo Williams, so they're letting Mo Williams walk. Vince Carter leaves the Raptors and goes to the Rockets. Yao Ming leaves Houston and goes to the Magic. Are you seeing a little bit of regression? Their center still chips, like he's really bad now. So they got to figure out their center position. Josh Smith goes up, Prince goes up, Melo stops at a 95. Pretty much the same roster, except their center just got worse by 2 overalls. They really do need to figure out their center position though, because at some point it's going to catch up to them. Or maybe it won't. Rotation looks the same as last year, 9-man. They got Kareem Rush now. They have this Jeff McGinnis guy. And then the starting lineup still looks elite. First game of the season against LeBron is another win. I mean, at this point, I don't even know if the Cavs have ever beaten the Pistons in this video. Can we get a Melo All-NBA team this year? Like, if he's averaging 28 and he's shooting like 49% from 3 and they won 60+ games again, the guy's got to make an All-NBA team at some point, right? I mean, it's getting kind of ridiculous. And it does look like they're going to be a top seed again in the NBA. They're 17-6, but actually, look at Cleveland. Hold on now. Cleveland might be onto something this year. LeBron actually has some help now. They got Dion West, Ricky Davis. Yeah, I mean, hold on. This Cavs team actually looks solid. And LeBron's a 98, so watch out for the Cleveland Cavaliers this year. All right, Bron goes back-to-back MVPs. KD wins Rookie of the Year. Tayshaun Prince wins 6th Man of the Year, man. That's what he does, man. 13, 6, and 3 for Tayshaun. Big booty out Lowry win Most Improved Player. Yo, that's an ugly, god damn, he's schmick as hell. But yo, the Pistons have won Coach of the Year every year in this video, bro. 63 and 19 again is sick work. Do we have a Carmelo Anthony All-NBA team? I mean, you can't make this up, y'all. How many years in are we and we haven't seen it? And how many years have we been the 1 seed? And they just hating on my boy Melo, bro. The NBA executives in the NBA who are voting on this shit, they don't respect Melo's game, bro. Let's look at Melo, man. Another 24, 8 rebound season. I mean, he had a great rebounder, too. And he's passing a rock. 50, 40, 74 splits, man. What's his resume looking like right now, man? 2-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP, 1st-team All-Rookie, and 4-time All-Star. But yeah, man, these are the standings. Best team in the East by far. I thought the Cavs were going to be good. Turns out they... Wait, no, never mind. The Cavs are good. I didn't see them here, but they did win 60 games. So the Cavs are very good. Yeah, you know, same thing. Melo, Billups, Rip, Rashid, Tayshaun. You know the vibes, man. Atlanta in round number 1. Listen, we're only here to play the Cavs in the semifinals, and it's happened like 5 years in a row. We play the Cavs in this round. They got a good team. This could be the toughest series so far of the video. Game number 1 does go to the Pistons. That being said, Billups with a triple-double. Game number 2 does go to the Pistons once again. Billups putting in pain in this series. 2-1 series right here. Can they go up 3-1? No, they cannot. Big time game 5 does go to the Detroit Pistons, so you know we got a simcast game 6 against the Cavs. I would love to get some LeBron, Carmelo Anthony gameplay, 2K, if y'all want to bless up. Does not look like they're going to bless up, though. Actually, hold on now. Hold on. Again, bro, not enough to jump into it. Like, it's just not... Oh, 2-point game, never mind. Just missed 1 free throw. DeJuan Wagner, who got 30 points. Oh my god, he did. Let's tighten up. Down by 3, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Down by 3. Pistons with a chance to tie the game. Melo has a decent look at a 3. Melo, you gotta shoot the 3. Melo over to Rashid for 3. He misses. Oh, yo, Rashid had a chance to stick the 3. He does miss it. Melo opted to not pass it. That's not like Melo, man. Melo's taking that shot in real life every time. Well, the Cavs beat the Pistons for the first time in this video. Let's see what happens here. Pistons have the lead going into the 3rd quarter. And it does look like they're going to be getting the win here. Cleveland Cavaliers, 60 wins or not, does not matter. They still can't beat the Pistons. As yeah, they're just too much. 2-seeded Miami Heat, 48 wins. The team is garbage, son. 2-2 series, actually. Hold on, never mind. Damn, never mind. 48 win Miami Heat beating down on the Pistons, bro. I mean, that is a good roster. I don't know how they're only 48 wins, but that's crazy. 48 win team is about to knock off a 63 win team. Let's see if the Pistons have a 3-2 comeback in them. They are going to be getting game 6. Now they just got to tighten up in game 7. All right, let's see. Game 7 against the Miami Heat. Elton Brand, they won a championship a few years ago. And yeah, that's going to be a wrap, bro. 36-10 in the 1st quarter. You ain't coming back from that shit. Detroit goes out sad. Looks like they're going to be losing by 30 or more points here. The Miami Heat advance to the NBA Finals. As the Miami Heat go on to lose in the NBA Finals, KG wins another Finals MVP for him. I believe that's his 2nd of the video. 2nd in 3 years for KG, yeah. Conference Finals, Melo put in work, Billups put in work, but not seeing a lot from Sheed and Tayshaun in that one. We played 5 seasons so far. I think we're gonna go another 5 seasons, maybe. Derrick Rose goes number 1 to the Kings. That's pretty dope. Beasley goes to the Knicks. Russell Westbrook goes to the Raptors. DeAndre Jordan. The 5th pick is Brook Lopez. Okay. Pistons got to figure out a center, bro. They still don't got one. They do bring in a Rafe LaFrance and Speedy Claxton here. They're not going to bring back Josh Smith. They bring in Jaron Collins. I don't think they're going to be signing Josh. Never mind. They do sign Josh Smith. 3 years, 18. All right. Play progression again. You do see a big decline for Rasheed Wallace in this year. Melo's a 96. Billups. Prince still really, really good. Rip goes down 1. Rasheed goes down 3. Yeah. So you're seeing a regression from this team. They've got 2 rings in this window. Can they get a 3rd one? I don't know, man. First game of the season against the Celtics is a loss. You could be seeing, yeah, I don't really know. This team could either be really good or really bad. I feel like they're going to take a hit this season, though, for sure. And you can already kind of see it. Yeah, they're 10-7. KG wins another MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to Russell Westbrook. LeBron wins Defensive Player of the Year, which is dope. This time, the Warriors win Coach of the Year. It's the first time we haven't won Coach of the Year in this video, which is crazy. Still, I assume no All-NBA team for Carmelo Anthony because they're just at this point. Like, it's actually really bad. And this Pistons team did finish the 6th seed, so they definitely did take a hit. They still won 51 games, which is good, but definitely not the team that we have been dealing with for this past few years in the video. They switched up the lineup a little bit. They run a Sheed at the 5 and they run a Josh Smith at the 4 because Rafe LaFrance was not putting in pain. Melo averaged 25 again. Looks like he's been averaging 25 his whole career. 8 rebounds this time. He still gets more rebounds every year. 5 assists. Shot the ball well, and then the rest of the guys. Philly in round 1, they have Jay Williams, AI, and KD is a crazy combo. Allen Iverson and Kevin Durant is insane. That's actually insane. 1-1 series. I don't think they might lose this series. 2-2. 3-2 series, and they have a game 7, which we will be going to be simcasting. KD and AI, bro, I don't know. Yeah, that's scary, dog. That's nuts. 2 of the best scorers of all time on the same squad. Very close back and forth game here. Extremely close back and forth game here. Chauncey Billups with the ball, or down by 1 with a minute 30 left. Chauncey with a Euro step, misses the lay. You got KD, Damon Stoudemire, Allen Iverson. This team is kind of nasty, bro. AI with the ball. AI working on Josh Smith. Scoop lay. Misses. Rebound by Wallace. Minute left in the game. Melo with the ball. Gives it over to Chauncey. Chauncey down to Melo. Right over Allen Iverson's too easy. Allen Iverson on working on Melo. Spin lay is no good. Again, Melo with another rebound. Give it to Melo, bro. You're not him. Over to Josh Smith. Josh Smith back to Kareem Rush, who going to take the 3. He going to smoke it. KD in transition. KD going up on Josh Smith. That's a clean block, bro. Second free throw to take the lead. KD hits both. 31 seconds left. They got their starting lineup in the game now. You see Rip Hamilton on the top left of your screen, and they call a timeout. 27 seconds on the game clock, down by 1. Billups with the ball, down to Melo on the low block with AI. They're going to send the double. It's too late. Melo, post fade. That's prime. That's vintage. Carmelo Anthony, man. All right, Philly down by 1. 18 seconds on the shot clock. I have a feeling that Allen Iverson's going to be taking this shot. 8 seconds on the clock. Here we go. AI starting to doing his go-to shot. Crossover. AI on Melo. Melo, good D. Step back. AI, no good. In the Detroit Pistons, Carmelo Anthony gets the stop on Allen Iverson, man. Wow. Melo dropped 40 in a game 7. They advanced to play Washington in round number 2. Who does this Washington team have? They got Sean Marion. Game number 1 does go to the Detroit Pistons. They're going to be going up 2-1 in the series, 2-2 series, 3-2 Pistons, and they win in 6 games. So the Pistons back in the NBA Finals to play the Miami Heat, who beat them last year. JJ Redick, Caron Butler, Elton Brand, Chris Kaman is a really good team. Game 1 does go to the Detroit Pistons. Melo with a really big game. Game 2 gonna go to the Heat. Heat go up 2-1. Heat go up 3-1, and the Detroit Pistons do force a game 6. Pistons really putting in work, man, as a 6 seed too. It looks like they are gonna be forcing a game 7 here, so anything is possible. Actually, hold on now. The Heat just came back in the 3rd quarter. Now the Pistons do get it done. All right, bet. Billups with a big game. We got game 7 here against the Miami Heat. You know, the Pistons, when the years that they haven't won, they've been knocking on the door. They've been close every single year. This time they're gonna be blowing out the Miami Heat, and as a 6 seed, they're going to be making the NBA Finals. Wow, very impressive stuff. Billups with a 28-13 game, and they're in the NBA Finals to play the 1-seeded Golden State Warriors, who won 60 games. They have Stephon Marbury, Jason Richardson, Dunleavy. They got Dwight Howard. That's a nasty rotation, bro. I ain't gonna lie. All right, here we go. Game number 1 does go to the Warriors. Dwight drops 40 and 11. He might be too much for Sheed to handle, as they're going to be going up 3-0. And yeah, this series is a wrap. The Warriors win in 5 games. Dwight Howard, too much to handle. He wins Finals MVP. D12 gets it done, man. Maybe if they still had Ben Wallace, but Rasheed Wallace ain't gonna cut it. First pick in the draft is gonna be Blake Griffin. So I'm pretty sure they got Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose on the Kings. I could be wrong. James Harden goes to the Knicks. Steph Curry goes to the Milwaukee Bucks. Omri Caspery, and then the 5th pick is DeMar DeRozan. The Pistons end up drafting James Johnson here, pick 23. So the Pistons signing some players here. They bring in Marcus Camby, another big man they needed in their rotation, and they bring in Birdman, and they bring in Jamal McGlory here. I don't know who this is. He's another center, so they're just adding centers to their rotation. You're finally seeing some regression here. So Rip drops by 2, Rasheed drops by 3. He's actually a bum now. Pretty much everybody they signed regresses too, so not great from this Pistons team. Their lineup looks like Billups, Rip, Melo, Josh Smith, who hasn't really got that much better, and then this Jamal guy, and then off the bench they still got Tayshaun, Sheed, Marcus Banks, and then Lester Park. System Pro, is there anything 4 stars? No, they're still rocking 3.5 stars balance. So we'll go through this season. I mean, they made a miracle run last year as a 6 seed. Maybe they can do the same thing, but I don't think they're gonna be a high win team. Maybe like 50 wins at the most. As you can see already, they're off to a decent start. Nothing crazy though. KG wins another MVP. That's like his 4th, I believe. Yeah, that's actually 3 MVPs for KG. He's having a really good career so far. Steph Curry wins Rookie of the Year on the Bucks. Stromae, Swift, LeBron. My cat interrupted me once again. He's pissing me off. Well, we have an All-NBA team for my boy Chauncey makes it. Damn, Chauncey? Yo, Chauncey just had a crazy season. 26, 10, 50, 40, 90. What is he doing? He just comes in, he just starts ripping my headphones out. Melo does make his first All-NBA team. Wow. Melo averaged 29, 7, and 5. Melo shot 45% from 3. Really good season for Melo. So both their points upticked. And this team actually did finish the 1 seed, 53 and 29, tied with the Washington Wizards, 2nd best team overall in the NBA. I'm surprised, bro. Melo and Chauncey just broke out. I mean, somebody needed to step up, and they did. Rip still with a good season. The rest of the guys, they got Milwaukee in round 1. Should be a pretty easy series. Up 3-1. They're going to be winning in hopefully 6 games. Yeah, they do. All right, round 2 against Charlotte, who we haven't seen in a minute. Mike Conley, Devin Harris, Michael Red Bargnani is a really good team, actually. That's a tough series. 2-1. 3-1 Pistons, they're going to be winning in 5. 7-seeded Philadelphia 76ers, Kevin Durant, still there, Allen Iverson. They just rebranded, so that's why it looked a little different. Jay Williams, so it's the same team they played last year. 7 seed though. Game 1 is a victory. 1-1 series, 2-1 Philly. 3-1 Philly. Are they a fluky 7 seed? Did they win a lot of games? They won 46 games. So they're going to be going out sad. They go out sad. Philly gets their revenge. We beat them last year. They beat us this year. They win in 5 games. Kevin Durant, triple-double in a closeout. Him and Allen Iverson going crazy. And the Grizzlies in the NBA Finals, who have Michael Petrus and Pau Gasol. And the Grizzlies losing 7 games. Kevin Durant wins his first finals. Shout out KD, man. So Pistons, another conference finals appearance. I feel like they've made the conference finals like damn near every single year. We're coming up to the end of the video. Like I said, as soon as they start regressing bad, as soon as I see that they're going to be a bad team, I'm out of here, bro, because they're all in their 30s. This could honestly be the last year. First pick, DeMarcus Cousins to the Kings. We got to see that Kings roster. John Wall goes to the Spurs. The Kings got DeMarcus Cousins, D Rose, Blake Griffin. D-Wade leaves the Denver Nuggets and goes to the Phoenix Suns, man. Player progression again. Yeah, I mean, what a decline for this team. You still got Prince, Billups, and Tayshaun. Besides that, Rip drops by 5. The rest of the team is absolutely cruised. I think this is the last year. All right, starting lineup, Billups, Rip, Melo, Josh Smith, Lorenzo Wright, Tayshaun, Maguire, Sheed, Banks. Yeah, I mean, they're 10-9, 500 team around there. Billups averaging 22. Melo's only averaging 23. I don't know, guys. This might be it. KG wins another MVP. Check all NBA teams for our guys. Chauncey makes 3rd team, but still no Melo. Chauncey's been really good, man. And I ain't talking about Nick Briz Chauncey. Shout out. That's a great pull by me. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know. Tell me in the comments down below, man. That being said, this Pistons team was the 2 seed. So again, only 1 game back on the 1 seed. So I think the team's not good, but they put in pain. Melo averaged 27 a game this year, 7 points. 5 rebounds for Melo. Round number 1 against Milwaukee. They are 2-2 series, down 3-2. They get eliminated in round 1, guys. So that's disappointing. I mean, that's the first time. Oh, we see the Cavs actually win the finals. Braun wins his first ring, bro. It only took him 8 years to do it, but I mean, he did it. Finally. I'll go to player progression again. We'll cap it at player progression. If the team's really, really bad, we're going to go to player progression to see what it is. They do sign Tyrese Thomas, though. Oh, never mind. They don't sign Tyrese Thomas. They signed Julian Wright and Barbosa. All right, so they got Melo, they got Billups, they got Prince. The team's not looking so good. We're going to go 1 more year. This is 100% our last year of the video. 2011 season will be the last year. Melo sitting on 2 rings right now. We'll see if he can get his 3rd ring in the final year, man. Yeah, so we've been in the league 8 years. We're going to go 1 more year, cap it off here. He's definitely had a good run with the Detroit Pistons, but this is the final year, so let's tighten up. LeBron wins another MVP in the final year. Kyrie Irving in this draft class wins Rookie of the Year. So let's see, man. Final year. Melo makes All-NBA 3rd team. He averaged 29, so I mean, he's entering his prime. Unfortunately, that's just where we're going to cap it off at. 29, 7-5 for Melo. This Detroit team is the 8 seed, so yeah, this is going to be it for sure. They only won 44 games. Him and Billups had a really good run at it, though. I'm not going to lie. Billups has been fantastic this video, so let's cap it off here, man. Round 1. Sim the round. They lose in 5 games to the Milwaukee Bucks and Steph Curry, who is apparently, oh my God, is that Steph and Ray Allen? Holy shit, that is insane. Guys, imagine if Steph and Ray Allen were on the same team. The Minnesota Timberwolves win another championship. KG wins another finals MVP, and we are going to cap it off right there, man. So safe to say, Ben Wallace was wrong about Carmelo Anthony. This Detroit Pistons team's definitely had success. Melo finishes his 9-year career with a 2-time champion, 2-time finals MVP, 8-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA 3rd team, 1-time first team All-Rookie, and obviously the Pistons, you know, they got their 2 championships. And Ben Wallace definitely got his championship. So they won in 2003 like they did in real life, and they repeated. They won in 2006. All right, man, let's go cap it off, man. If you like this video, you want more videos like this, man, drop a like, drop a sub, comment down below. Like I said, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Stay on the grind, man. I'm gonna catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace out.